But this being an historical event of sorts, we also thought it deserved a little documentary. So we went and made one, and I want to show it to you now.
The Battle of B-R5RB raged for over 20 hours, involved tens of thousands of players, and witnessed the destruction of over 3,000 ships, including 75 Titans, 1/3 of all Titans ever lost in the 10-year history of EVE Online. It was truly the most remarkable confrontation ever to take place inside a computer game. As happens so often in history, the catalyst for an event this large was something quite small. In this case, an unpaid sovereignty bill. The N3 coalition had used a single station in B-R as the forward staging post in its long-standing war against the CFC-Rus coalition. When the sovereignty dropped, CFC-Rus saw the opportunity to deal a blow to N3. Both sides quickly mobilized their forces, causing skirmishes to erupt all over the region as ships moved in to capture or defend the system. 2 hours after the sovereignty drop, CFC-Rus had assembled their forces and jumped into B-R with a massive fleet, including their super capitals. N3 immediately assembled its already outnumbered forces into its signature wrecking ball formation. Thousands watched as the two sides faced off, exchanging volley after volley from their doomsday weapons. Countless flashes from beams and bombs were punctuated by the occasional blinding light from an exploding Titan. Truly, there was no turning back. 4 hours into the engagement, the two sides stood roughly even, but N3 realized it couldn't match its opponent's ability to replenish their forces. Deciding that it would have to disrupt coordination between Rus and CFC to secure victory, N3 focused its firepower on the Rus fleet commander. In the process, N3 would suffer the loss of 5 more of its own Titans before finally destroying its opponent's Avatar flagship. N3 would never again match its opponent's strength, but its forces stayed on the battlefield for another 8 hours. Ultimately, though, N3 sounded the retreat. When the fighting ceased, 20 hours after it began, over $300,000 worth of ships had been obliterated, with N3 losing 59 Titans to 16 from CFC-Rus. N3 was forced to retreat from B-R and neighboring regions, but the war has raged on, even as both sides seek to rebuild. However the current conflict ends, pilots who venture into B-R will see the shattered remains of the once magnificent ships that were lost in this titanic clash, now condemned to drift in cold, unforgiving space forever.